and inclusive growth. Now, in this journey to become global powerhouse, one material quietly powers the country's ambition across sectors: stainless steel. As India accelerates towards becoming the world's third largest economy, the stainless steel is emerging as a key enabler of this growth. Its strength, corrosion resistance, and sustainability make it ideal for sectors like infrastructure, clean energy, healthcare, and defense. For a country like ours, where a, where a corrosive climate, vast infrastructure burdened by disproportionate usage and load, leading to increasing maintenance needs, but culturally not so meticulous in doing it, still offers unmatched advantages. It has a high gate ratio, resist corrosion, fine transformative applications in humid and coastal environment, requires minimal maintenance over decade, and delivers low life cycle cost, making it a smart and future-ready choice. Looking ahead, with the stainless steel consumption in India projected to exceed 20 million tons annually by 2047, the opportunity is immense. But to sustain this trajectory, we must focus on quality control, standardization, and technological innovation, enforcement of BIS and TCO norms, expansion of world-class testing infrastructure, and strengthening R&D through centers of excellence and platforms like SRTMI will be vital in creating globally competitive stainless steel solutions. Stainless steel holds unmatched opportunities across a wide spectrum of industries, where unique where its unique properties are becoming increasingly indispensable. The automotive sector is witnessing a transformation where stainless steel is enabling lightweight, fuel-efficient, and durable electric vehicles. Automakers like JPM Auto have already operationalized around 100 stainless steel schematics, and many other major players are designing them, underscoring the metal's pivotal role in India's clean mobility journey. In the transport sector, it is integral to modernizing India's railway and metro system, powering landmark national projects such as Vande Bharat train and the Kolkata underwater metro. The architecture, building, and construction industry is also embracing its structural strength and aesthetic appeal, as seen in innovation like the direct headquarters of the United India Insurance Company in Chennai. In consumer durables, it continues to dominate cookware, appliances, and white goods. Even in specialized applications like razor blade manufacturing, India has emerged as a global leader, testament to stainless steel, irreplaceable. Beyond these established sectors, the most promising and transformative opportunity for stainless steel lie in emerging and future-facing sectors. In sectors like oil and gas, petrochemical, water treatment, and pharmaceutical, stainless steel resistance to corrosion and chemical tips with a generative edge, ensuring longevity and safety in demanding environments. In aerospace and defense, its reliability and strength have been validated through missions like Chandrayaan-3 and BrahMos. In marine infrastructure and blue economy, driven by initiatives like Sakamala and championed by Honorable Minister Shri Nitin Gadkari, stainless steel can become the material of choice for building sustainable coastal infrastructure. Its possible application in green technology, including solar and wind power, hydrogen electrolyzers, and nuclear energy system, position it at the core of India's energy transition. Likewise, in the medical and agriculture sector, its sterility, precision, and resilience are essential for developing advanced surgical tools and durable and high-performance farm equipment. Making these possibilities a reality requires a push on R&D, collaborative development with OEM, and strong cross-disciplinary partnerships that bring together scientists, engineers, designers, and end users. But while there are immense growth opportunities, India's stainless steel industry continues to rely heavily on imports of key raw materials like nickel, molybdenum, and stainless steel scrap. To ensure long-term sustainability, we must secure duty-free access to essential raw material, build a strong domestic ecosystem, and promote local mining and secondary metal recovery. We have to be policies that prevent the drain of essential raw material and help the manufacturing companies source critical raw materials from countries with abundant reserves, especially for those not available domestically. Import remains a major challenge, accounting for 33% of domestic stainless steel consumption this year. Increasingly, low price imports from China are circumvented through countries like Vietnam and those with FTA with India, disrupting the level playing field in the market, especially for MSMEs. While BIS has helped reduce direct import from China temporarily, import from Vietnam surged 176% in FY25. On logistics, we must capitalize on rail and coastal shipping. Government initiatives like PM Gati Shakti, Bharatmala and Sagarmala are promising, but the benefits must percolate effectively, especially for MSME in the downstream value chain. With all this, it's important to discuss sustainability aspect of this stainless steel as well. Few material align better with sustainability goals than the stainless steel. It's 100% recyclable, has long lifespan and requires minimal maintenance. In fact, stainless steel can significantly reduce India's estimated $100 billion pollution related losses. For public infrastructures, it's not just a green choice, it's an economically prudent one. To stay ahead, the stainless steel industry must accelerate the adoption of green steel standards, focus on low carbon manufacturing, and integrate renewable energy at every step of the value chain. Citing an example, Jindal Stainless commissioned the first green hydrogen plant in the industry with a capacity of 90 nm per hour and has the largest captive solar plant inside a manufacturing unit in Odisha. I request all industry peers present here today to champion renewable energy in their operation and unlock immense energy and cost savings. Talking about ecosystem, despite being the second largest consumer of stainless steel globally, India enacts a dedicated national stainless steel policy. A forward-looking policy framework can be a game changer for the stainless steel ecosystem. It can align industry priorities with national development goals, support export growth while ensuring fair market access, and promote skill development through strong industry academia partnership. Such a policy should also focus on assembly and MSLE by improving access to resources and finance. Most importantly, a coordinated long-term roadmap developed in close consultation with industry leaders can position India as a global innovation hub for stainless steel, driving sustainable growth and global competitiveness. However, as you know, there have been several developments on tariffs imposed by various countries. While we wait and watch the ongoing situation and its impact on our export, it is imperative that we double down on the domestic market and continue our aggressive growth strategy in India. It is important to note that to navigate the current and future geopolitical scenario, India must proactively explore bilateral trade agreements, support exporters with logistic and financing reforms, and encourage productive process innovation to stay globally competitive. Finally, in a nutshell, as the world navigates uncertainty, India has a powerful advantage in stainless steel, which offers not just the strength and durability, but also sustainability, safety, and circularity. But this potential will remain unrealized unless we act together, manufacturers, customers, industry veterans, and policymakers, bound by a shared responsibility. Let us use this platform not just to exceed ideas, but also to build long-term partnership, align on shared goals, and shape a future where India the stainless steel leads the world, not just quantity, but in quality, innovation, and in fact. Let us build that future together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kulve, for highlighting the role of stainless steel layers to come with automation, ACT, consumer durables, oil and gas, petrochemicals, R&D, and policy efficacy for our national CSP policy, and also touching upon key letters in Chapter Park. So with that, we move to our next speaker, this Rita Wong from Motokumpu, who brings out a unique international lens of advanced sales. The floor is us.
Isagunda, Kusagupta, assembled dignitaries. Thank you very much for having us here. I'm very pleased to also have the opportunity to be back in India after a long time and to see the wonderful progress that this country has made. We have, as people, we've got a strong commitment to India and the sales ministry in India. And I'm very happy to be here with Restorative Sherry, who's leading our team. Utukuku very much believes in the role of stainless steel as a material of the future. It may be the benefits of the material in terms of its longevity, in terms of the low carbon footprint, in terms of the endless recyclability, is one that positions it in an incredibly unique and positive way towards the challenges that we're facing today as a society. Aside from the benefits of the material itself, the properties it brings to so many of our industries are helping the transition towards clean energy, the transition towards low carbon emissions, not just for stainless steel itself, but also to support and promote projects like clean energy, like also in Sapulma mentioned the transitions towards electric vehicles. So when we're looking also at some of the global challenges that we're facing, things like rising seawaters, expanding shorelines, the benefits that advanced materials bring, and specifically the corrosion resistance of stainless steel, will become more and more relevant. And from that perspective, I think we all have a shared interest to promote the many benefits of stainless steel towards multiple different end industries in helping us solve the challenges that we face as not just a country, a nation, but really across the entire world. Vodafone has made strong commitments to make sure that our steel is not just using a lot of recycled material to lower our carbon footprint. We also have a big commitment to using clean energy sources to reduce our own CO2 emissions down significantly. And we've introduced as a first company a green seal, almost circle green seal, with the most harm the print across the industry. And that is really also in the context of coming regulations to ensure that the overall carbon footprint for our own company, but certainly also for our customers and end users, is not just in line with Belarus, but actually exceeding it. From that perspective, I would like to conclude to say is, aside from the sustainability, there's the tremendous innovation and innovation potential in many existing industries, but also many newly emerging industries. Yes, yes.
Thank you, Preta, for giving an overview of Kumpo's focus points on clean energy users, sources to reduce the carbon footprint in BC, and innovation, most importantly, innovation on its seeing and emerging applications of CSC, bookmaker, and it's a like to compliment and share the ideas and take your idea venture that will then put the CSC industry. So with that, we move to our third speaker, Ms. Pinati Gupta, Director Head AIS Libai, provide an insight into quality norms and science-based perspective for sales industry.
Thank you, Rishabhati. As we all know, industry is known for its resilience, strength, and durability is an essential material across all product sectors, ranging from infrastructure, construction to health. In this context, standards play a pivotal role. In BIS, we have a dedicated department aimed as metallurgical technical department in which we have a separate sectional committee dealing with steel and stainless steel products. Now, once we are talking about standards, we need to understand what standards are all about. It states in the scope the grades, the various grades, and the composition of the material, ostentatic, peritic, martensitic, dimensional tolerances, mechanical properties, corrosion and heat resistance, product forms, which shape it is going to form in, and the testing method also. So whatever is given in the Indian standard, the testing protocol is also prescribed, and a manufacturer is expected not only to manufacture the product with vis-a-vis the end product quality, but also follow suit the testing method given. Now, some of the important Indian standards in the stainless steel sector would be IS 6911, stainless steel tape, sheet and strip, IS 5522, stainless steel sheets and strips for utensils, IS 13297, stainless steel sheets for surgical and medical instruments, IS 6603, stainless steel bars and rods, IS 7283, hot rolled bars for reinforcement in concretes, IS 14756, a very recent standard which has been placed and which is under mandate, going to come under mandatory certification very soon, stainless steel cookware. Then there is an IS 18800, stainless steel feeding bottles for infants. So this is just an illustrative example I have done. Now, all these standards are not only aligned with the international standards, the ISO and all, but it is also ensuring the domestic requirement and demand. When we say the domestic requirement and demand, I would like to impress upon the need to take a collaborative approach. The industry needs to identify the exact standard what they want. They need to inform us the grades and the varieties in the existing standards which are still not covered. What happens usually is that a particular grade or a variety is not covered, and then the industry needs to have the LOC or an exemption certificate from the Ministry of the Steel. Ministry of Steel has categorically stated that over a period of time there will not be any exemption whatsoever. So all the grades, all the varieties are going to be covered in the standards, existing standards, and if there is some novel product for which the standard is not existing as on date, then the standard needs to be done. So BIS has been given this task and a mandate to develop the standards, need-based standards as per the industry. And here we require the support of the industry because you are having the empirical data, you are having the technological know-how, you can provide us with a draft of the standard. And I believe ISJA Ahmed already created a standardization set. If not, I would request Ragmani, please create a standardization set. What is the standardization set? Standardization cell basically addresses the demand of the industry, prepares a draft based on the empirical data which the industry is going to provide, and with that data and that draft, they give it to BIS. Since this is a draft standard prepared by the industry, it is obvious that the industry will not face any difficulty in implementing the standard, and that would be very much amenable to the certification. Now, apart from this, the real challenge sometimes comes about the standards, but some specifically asked for standards, say API. We have ISO standards also. ISO P180 exists, but still there is a demand for an API. We are looking into this aspect also at BIS and the Ministry of Steel, and we are coordinating with other regulators and the government procurement agencies to ensure that the international standards or the Indian standards are followed. Now, I have already addressed about the participation and collaboration need which we request from the industry side. We are also acknowledged to the fact that MSME in India needs support. To address this aspect, various measures have been put in place, including concessional rates for the MSME sector. Then the MSME did not have an in-house test facility that had been done away with. They need to just ensure that they comply with the end product quality requirement, and that has been left up to the industry how they are going to. Then the industry can opt for having a cluster test facility. The large scale units, they can have their lab recognized by DRS. So these are few of the new initiatives that we have taken. One fundamental problem which the industry is facing is not knowing where to look for a particular standard. So we have a search engine on the BIS homepage by the name Know Your Standard. In the Know Your Standard, you simply have to put in the IS number you are aware of, or you can simply put the keyword like stainless steel PD bottle. So the IS will come up. You will come to know about the standard, and all Indian standards are available free of cost to everyone. Again, I repeat, all Indian standards are available free of cost to everyone. You simply have to create your login credentials at the PISO. With the standards comes the regulations or the FUSIO, the technical regulations. Industry sometimes is reluctant to accept. They are married their various reasons for not accepting the technical regulation at first, and the challenges obviously. We are addressing all the concerns of the industries. We are making our standard more and more dynamic, more and more inclusive by incorporating all the gates which the industry is in requirement. Still, if you do feel that there are some areas of concern remaining, please let us know. This sort of a dialogue and collaboration is not going to limit only to the CEO table. From BIS side, I can assure you that we are here to support the industry. QCO or standards are not an impediment to the industrial growth, rather it is a facilitator to ensure that Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat progresses. With this, I would like to end it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gupta, for giving an overview of all the standard for the GSSE industry. And you mentioned about the standardization cell. We don't have it in formal way, but we have been already doing it in ISA for last 5-6 years, taking demands of the members and passing down to BIS.
ISA is with BIS, collaborating with BIS for the last 5 or 6 years. We have been requesting an agri-quorum to create
And one more thing, we have been, that is still we are following it up with BIS as well as Ministry of Sea. We have been demanding for any import material coming into the country, their input raw material should also be BIS certified. Not only the output, for example, if it is HRCR, if HR is used for the CR, so HR should also be certified by BIS as an input material. Otherwise, you will not have any control of the quality of the, standards. It has been accepted by Ministry of Sea, and we want that notification to be out by BIS, as ACD.
From our side, we are always for creation of a level playing field, whether it's a domestic manufacturer or a foreign manufacturer, both should be at the same level playing field. The particular area of concern which you have raised, it doesn't directly configure the domain of DRS. It is for the ministry to address these aspects in the QCO itself. The moment they addresses it in the QCO, that the HR and the CR are going to be mandatorily qualifying as per the BIS requirement, it will be intimate. Thank you.
Sir, welcome. Mr. Srinivas is here. He had to, he could not join the inaugural session, but I'm glad that at least he's made it for the CEO roundtable. So this is all the industry players were here and both the user industry and manufacturers. So we're just trying to discuss the opportunities and challenges. And I'm happy that you're here, sir.
Thank you so much. A warm morning, Kolhapu. Sorry I'm late. So I tried up. Actually, I was not on it. So, but however, I gave a promise. So, I think we should continue.
Thank you so much.
So with that, there's always a saying, being at the right time, the right place. So you have already done that. So
Now we request Mr. SBR Srinivas, whose leadership in the Dharavi redevelopment project gives us a ground level view of stainless steel in urban infrastructure. So we would request you to guide us and view his.
Once again, a warm welcome to this conference and very good morning. Indus Suri is the CEO of Harabul project, the world's largest urban renewal project by far, and also the proudest of the brownfield projects in the world. So, and I come from, I have a lot of association. They entered somebody was talking about IAS, so that is actually the steel frame of India. So, sir, as Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel called it, when he was the first Home Minister of India, who called the IAS the steel frame. So I come from that. So, and I have been in this sector where infrastructure the last more than 2 decades. So I have dealt with all types of steel, including the latest in India, which is entered is the orthotropic steel. So it will get to be manufactured in India, it is mostly imported. So let me confine myself to the urban infrastructure and the projects that I have had as a then which giving a global view, which is very easy, thematic view. See, the projects that I have overseen are the Mumbai Metro, of course, and the Atal Setu. Atal Setu has been one of my projects. In addition to n number of flyovers, elevated roads, tunnels, so many things. In urban infrastructure, steel plays a very important role, as we know. But we do get the 2.5 billion stainless steel market, and it is expected to double in the next 10 years. The challenges are, I think, are as following. Number one is the imports. Imports that constitute, I don't say very substantial, but an important component of the sector. And second is, of course, the opportunity in terms of the Make in India. That is a theme or government of India. In this context, urban infrastructure actually constitutes a very significant opportunity, because as we see in India, the urban infrastructure market is about, as they say, it is more than 10 lakh crores. 10 lakh crores is the total fund requirement, investment requirements and opportunity that are there. And probably EV tech, let's say 20% of that is a huge market. I'm talking about next entering over 10 to 15 years, not the permanent long term. Because as I said, in the long run we are nowhere. So we are only talking about short term and medium term. And the infrastructure in terms of the elevated roads and the tunnels, that is the one hand. But also in terms of the mass transit systems, urban transit systems, that are going to come up to big time in all the cities of India, including even the tier 2 district cities. That's a very important opportunity that is in front of us. And also the airports, which is essentially urban. Because see, I'm an urban man. I keep talking these actually in urban India is the region of economic growth of India. Because if you stay in the sector, for example, let's say the port sector, you won't have a port in a village, right? Or you can take high-speed rail also. It connects the present one and the connection Ahmedabad to Mumbai. We do not connect your Rampur to Lakhimpur, is it? It doesn't. The consumption of steel in India, even any sector you take, they are already urban. Because urban is the future and present of India. Coming to indefinite time. So among all the sectors, I think urban in India constitute the most important growth sector. That is the engine of economic growth for India, and accurately for the steel sector in India. And another sector which is very related is the ports. We have the Sagarmala, of course, but also the new ports that are coming up at the vicinity where it is a Vadavan port very soon. Which again itself is the very close to us from where we are sitting. it is going to be skated. And the fact that coming back to Mumbai, where we are situated, Mumbai is no longer an island city. It's good to be connected very well to the mainland of India thanks to the Atal Setu or the Mumbai Transfer Parley, where actually we have used two type of technology called, as I mentioned in the beginning, is the orthotropic skin index, which was even compressed LNT, don't have the technology as of today, but here even in an imported technology, but very soon, yes, that is going to come to India also. Sure. So having opened up that mainland to India, to Mumbai, mainland of India to Mumbai, the tremendous amount of skill opportunities are awaiting us in the next 5 years, not very long, next 5 years at the mainland of India, as we land on the mainland toward the mainland of the on the FPHF other side. And one last point, because I am sure it is an ongoing conference, I should take more than that, is this theme of adaptation. See, adaptation is the most important, innovation and adaptation are the most important things for this sector, I think, because there's a lot of new types of materials are coming. And even other sector like the lithium was supposed to be most important. Now China had some more the custodian, which is actually going to be the so suddenly lithium has become the most important. And even the and that the sectors do that parallel and not really connected, but there is already who can actually, show that how the adaptation is very important. If we don't do that, how we are going to be, no doubt, the forms at the microeconomic level, macro level as the industry has said, has to adapt to the new materials that are going to come, composite materials. After the itself is, it can be an alloy, which consists of chromium and other materials. But itself is the innovation at one point of fact, the innovation and adaptation. I'm sure the help of government and the all of us together will be able to amount with the practices of both the adaptation, and secondly sustainability. So I think at this point I will stop myself here, and we can continue on. I look forward to further the session. Thank you so much, and very nice day.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivas, for enlightening us with a great opportunity, for the stainless steel industry, wherein you have mentioned about the investment plan for the urban infrastructure over the next 10 to 3 years, which is around 10 lakh crores. You mentioned, you have been very generous in mentioning that if we get 20% of that particular investment, it would be, I say, even if we take 5% of that particular investment, we have to have at least 3 times or 4 times of the capacity what we are currently in. So we will achieve the target of our 2047 much earlier. And you also mentioned there is a huge opportunities available in mass transit system and airports reports. So we look forward to your support and guidance in for our all our members who are here. They have already started taking notes, how to their investment plans. So we thank you for taking your valuable time from the opportunity and with the today. And so with that, we come to the end of the industry overview, and how we move to the round table with our foundation set. Let's now explore the stainless steel outlook across different industry verticals. So many people are there, so I have just made 4 to 5 questions so that we can utilize the time very well. My question to Mr. Abhijit Tani is here. So Nandakumar, what is your take on how process industries are shaping future of stainless steel? PMI perspective.
Thank you, sir. My name is Nandakumar, and this is the process one engineering ability. Process point means any static equilibrities, each achievers columns result, or rotating equipment from compressors lowers, insulation and automation and pipe faults and fittings. And very specific of this sector is there is a stakeholder process the house. any chemical process, whether it is a binary chemical base at the process licensing. The process licensor is a key stakeholder as far as corporate plant machinery is concerned. And process licensor are the major set in specifying what type of stainless steel. Stainless steel is, as the process industry itself is a generative. But when it goes into the different grades of stainless steel, starting with the reasonable to reasonable, 313, 313, all various levels. But the basic problem in the sector is the quantity requirement in each grade is very small. And it is not very well. And even the manufacturer, whether it is still a public or private center, they will not find it economically centered than manufacturing for quantity requirement where a specific process is limited. That's one of the problems we are facing. And there the companies corporate and others do play a major role because we need to have completion of products in a time. So we need to have a foundation power of the service, which I can association right from I will say there are some years you see was say here better to steel industry and steel industry is representatives. But as a the versus industry's pension, the requirement the same see there is psychologist come various ways when they meet a pressure tackles. So they are giving, but it is taking some part they are taking out to the speed up. Though the sort of delay manufacture that into it. So that I would say is another thing been the order. And I would say in this sector, it will continue to be because our sequence primary date is so Oroshi and Burn. But we go in this industry also in this different areas of nuclear, where ones of Indra partnership of system, which is we very closely help with the BS. It has started some as many I represent taking in various upon this the equipments are there son. I would say stainless steel is meant for at least whether which sector is that usually. So one that supported one also has during our and request to see the liquid even because of the new selling the next our sector was minus intent develop 30 manufacturing with the different dates, which I estimate is not possible in the short term with this point period guidance are now that we need to have improve for that and that use of president government to and unless Input develops a post technology license, today only one company primarily is engineers regarded. They have processability license. Other than the sector. Unless the chorus is sustained in the market, we need a boss license rate. It is not possible for a people like will not develop all that was there. So it's a thing you have to have hypothesis therapy every day. I'm glad he has it. Narum said, we have proposed India will become global manufacturing hub for better plant over a decade at the here our turnover is higher than usual. Over a period of 10 years, we are projecting around 7.5 to 8 billion and 20 bottles are which even around up of chicken one in here. There's article for first partnership. So steady is donkey to the backbone and the second and we need to have both man guts of in there and collaborating over system minutes. With it is ultimately. I have a plan me in the time I panda. I particularly like to work with the being in the anime our association and family public and also the industry ITC or sectors. As I said, they are the largest consumer sectors in different dates. Every is an achieved service. Every is a notated with them, instrumentation, auto using 5 on-site bits. And more now because in digitization and also the next zero by 2047. What one of the opportunities is the tides, only they can intently see it, but AOLs. Which are not conducive was to the solve and else. For me, collaboration always is support case with the other episode. Thank you. I am available for any people you.
Thank you, but said your current market size is 5 million or 5 billion?
5 billion US dollar okay. Open project brand which will go to something around 1 billion by product to develop a new hope.
That's So today what is happening is that they end up paying a lot because there are multiple middlemen involved. They do not have access to organized finance because they still do not have the exposure to that. Their logistics and their processing is completely in disarray because the wholesaler or the trader, let's say, who will be buying from Mr. Kulbe, would not take any responsibility for that. So a guy sitting in Jamshedpur or a guy sitting in Hapur, in a small city in India, absolutely has to get it all done all by himself. Where we believe is the opportunity is use artificial intelligence, use technology, use physical processing distribution centers that we are building, where in every city you can give them a service, a just-in-time service where they can go, they can just order what they want, when they want, as much as they want. And that is served to them right to their doorstep and financed through an organized fintech that is completely taken over the country. But these guys are still completely out of the fintech exposure. So that's what we believe that, as much as we should grow in manufacturing, distribution, processing, and serving to the last mile MSME is something that also the quality assurance. Most of them don't even know what they're buying because they might be paying for A and they might be served B. So, with a single one-stop shop platform, not only are you taking care of the cost, you're taking care of the quality, you literally communicating with them or on a person-to-person basis rather than having 5 people in between. So we believe MSME would be served most efficiently by a distribution tech-enabled platform like this. And I'm not only talking about us, there would be multiple of them as there are multiple large manufacturers. There could not be one company serving every MSME. So I would encourage everybody to get, participate in this because unless you serve them efficiently and directly, you can manufacture the best stainless steel in the world, but it's still not going, properly and efficiently to them. So that's what we believe should be. Thank you. Can I have that? Yeah, please.
30% of the BPMA are MSMEs. 30% of our, 70% of our numbers are MSME or manufacturers of or process too. As you rightly said, that's a big challenge for MSME. Availability of stainless steel at the cost of the very wide. Plus, every industry also knows to be constructed. And not only need to in-process technology is required. So I fully agree to what Mr. Adawar said, the supply chain, the very solution for stainless steel, different employees in the country, in order so that available. You manufacture available, but still need to.
Everyone, thanks for the insight. I would also like to mention that our the stainless steel industry itself, we have almost more than 50% of MSMEs, and we cater to them as from ISDA. And I would like to say that we have made a consecutive step to make them profitable, and they are all very happy now. And I would like to extend our support to you for finding a distributorship by steel or industry, and we can definitely work it out at a offline on this. Thank you. Now I would request Sanjay Mehta. So my question to him was, if he like to take it. Recycling, he's from Metal Recycling Association of India. I would like to ask, recycling from being a sustainability initiative, can we make it a poor economic strat? So, anyone like to his question?
What specific comment? We are related to again to go manufacturing with the machineries. What we have at is the machine tools industry. The machine tools industry, though it's not large, but that is the heart of the manufacturing. Because the machine tools are manufactured highly critical because the construction carbide that the basic requirement is not available in the country. We are depending on China. Anytime it can be stopped. What I understand today, the recycling is the only way by which the construction carbide is available. The process is available in only 1 or 2 days inventory in the company. 2 days inventory in the company is only consumed of that machine tools. So we need to look at that sector for recycling. We said about the recycling, very critical in certain sectors for the country to achieve in the coming years. Very critical. Since same way the place was stainless, become much more contact. Thank you.
Could I add to that, this bounded? So, in the same line that I spoke about distributing to MSMEs, it obviously makes sense that if MSMEs are consuming 70% of stainless steel, they're also generating scrap, right? So there has to be not only a logistics, to serve them the finished good, the raw material. What we are also planning is a reverse logistics where you can pick up the scrap on them, because the same problem is there in recycling. You need scrap. Now to put scrap, who's going to collect it? There is absolutely not a single body or a single platform which can actually, let's say if Mr. Kulbe wants a certain quantity of scrap for his plants every month, I doubt there is a single platform across India which can serve him, and they have to import and they have to, So also I think everybody should come together in the recycling space. The reverse logistics from these MSMEs has to be encouraged as much as the direct delivery or quantity. That's the only solution, Dinta.
My next question is Mr. Vinod Gupta and Rohit Agarwal. I don't know if they are here, but nevertheless, Delhi would like to take this question. How are the mid-cap producers navigating tariff headwinds and global volatility?
No, please.
So, because India is negotiating the FTA for many countries, and one of the guidelines for that is the local country value addition for RC. Especially in process plants, we specify 40 to 45% local country value addition for sustainability. But after the tariff war, it has become much more challenging. We all said about Chinese goods coming through Vietnam, Cambodia, or other countries. So it has become much bigger challenge. The recent changes which we have made were either BTS or SEPA or any other transaction system FPA. Minimum 40% value addition plus certain percent or sector wise. Because if I sell 40%, 45%, it may not sufficient in all the sectors. So industry has asked to the government, when we negotiated FTA for coming days, in view of these visa tariff issues, we need to have minimum 40% as general funded value. IS plus sectors take 10%, 15% or 20%. Because there are sectors which need to have that, otherwise in the industry, especially the MSME, they are very better. That's what we have economic development, which is under various stages of negotiating by the Ministry of Commerce and other concerned and order ministers. But that is what we have proposed, and sure, for only the industry actually can take a call on this.
Thank you, Mr. Nandasumar. And with that, we come to the sector-based questions. Now I open.
I just want to highlight one point to the fourth part. So we are working with a lot of companies which are specifically exporting to Europe. Okay, and I see a challenge, like a lot of people referred about the sustainability and like this new policy which came, like CBAM, a lot of people might have heard about carbon border adjustment mechanism, and that is going to add at least 8 to 12% of their cost if they are exporting to Europe. And a lot of companies are currently, especially the companies that we are working with, they face a challenge like how do they manage this tax, which is a carbon tax which is going to be there from January 26, and that is suddenly going to add this 10 to 12% of their cost. And if you see from India, almost 25% of the steel goes to Europe. Like it is various products we manufacture in steel, and this is going to be a very big challenge. I think need to be addressed, specifically in terms of tax. And India is going to lose almost like close to $1 billion in terms of taxes. This will be paid in Europe. Okay, and that is not going to help to serve Indian personality, specifically because the taxes is going to be collected in Europe. So I think this is a challenge that industry can take up and see what this can be done to help this industry with IXOB.
This was a proposal earlier, but there is a simultaneous negotiations going on with Government of India and which Ministry of Commerce and Industry is heading it. We are part of that particular committee where we have requested saying that any survey that needs to be done. It was earlier the European one. We said that we can do it like how we can do the survey, and that is one. And second thing, the tax can be collected in India rather than paying there to correlate it. But what we also suggested that is the way we have taxes on imports, we can also do a reciprocal term to them, because we import a lot of things from Europe. So there's government is already working on this deep lines. So we will let you know, because in the update has on date. So the next meeting, you come to know what is happening on that. So we'll keep you appraised on this. So with that, we come to this security-based question, and now I open the panel discussions, and I had divided this particular panel discussion into 5 each. One is growth opportunities, which was the focus and objective of this panel discussion. Second was innovation and collaboration. Third is resilience and supply chain. Fourth is sustainability and circular economy. Fifth is industry-wide act. So on each even I have divided the question, I would open the panel that anyone can take it. So on the growth opportunities, my question is, where do we see stainless steel demand accelerating most? EVs, solar, green construction, medical devices, defense, aerospace, or any other applications which you deem fit?
Good afternoon. Raja, I would like to take a step next actually. The total SS ecosystem, it has got different stakeholders. I think I will limit myself to role agnostic, because different people are having the different roles, division and backward integration. I think that we should look at a larger challenge for which this platform is the right one. The challenge is one voice towards two areas. अभी भी आपने देखा होगा, कुछ लोग आप बोलते हैं तो स्टील ज़्यादा बोलते हैं, स्टेनलेस की नहीं निकलता है. एंड वेन यू इम्पैक्ट टू द मीडिया, प्लीज डू रिप्रेजेंट top the word steel if there is a column with issue, but tomorrow you see that they will drop serious. So I think the category recognition is the foremost challenge to all of us, and we have to continue working on that. Many good things are happening, and I believe that Virgo is supposed to make a recording of this, because the logo the obligation is feedback also. So regarding the category recognition, and few good things are happening. Sustainability word, to me it is not related to only carbon neutrality, it is a far beyond word. So that is already expediting the growth of stainless steel other than the kitchenware segment, and it's going great guns. New infra and also give only. So capex plus opex, LCC, and even the cement to steel ratios. So this is the right turn to maybe policy is the platform. Irrespective of the role, all of us should. This server is connected to the distribution, manufacturing, raw material, processing, OEMs, everything. We should have a common voice. And unfortunately, we tend to have more discussion on the conflicts of the role. It is always going to happen. So that is one. Secondly, while we are primarily B2B, but we are also having a taste towards the C. C could be consumer, C could be customer also. And what a manufacturer like us make is not what a consumer uses or experiences. When I use the word uses, Bartan, Gate, experiences, metro, malls. So there's a huge ecosystem in between, including the distribution. So each link of this ecosystem needs to be equally capable to address the role which they are doing, whether processing, whether component manufacturing, whether equipment manufacturing, whether distribution, whether retailing, whether warehousing, everything. So the skill upgradation, I think, is the most critical. There is no issue जहाँ से बर्तन के लिए कोई आइडिया आज निकल के आता है, and there is no institution where if coach has to be made of stainless steel, there is somebody who knows how to make coaches. So again, there are two ways. One, of course, is that, and we are doing a lot of things. There could be a direct relationship also. So scaling, ecosystem upgradation, and the category recognition. I think these are the bigger challenges: level playing field, raw material securitization, distribution challenges, automation, digitalization, AI. I think these become subject of this, but we should have that bigger picture in the mind. That is my take. Your whole emphasis is TV. I believe in the EBC segment and the ERT segment, we will work on the very one and basically lot need to be like the mental. The thing is the buses are going to be used a lot of the stainless steel. The way basically we are ready the EVs. EVs are also I think the big boy basically and the electrolyzers are help the people of the stainless steel. So basically the as a collective, our effort should be basically how we can do basically more and more sustainable work for this industry. Like in the infrastructure, rebars are going, but rebars are going by mandatory पाएगा and क्या है वो खरीद किलोमीटर को cost लेगा. But where is the rural infrastructure or the urban infrastructure is getting supported by the CLC rebar. Nobody is talking on that. That we start talking, then basically someday this what get targeted, it is a stainless, it is sustainable in the future. So we have to work toward the basically the BIS standards also. Ki how we can target the CLC more in the sustainability. And go.
Yes, so I think we had heard from our experts very nice points how to increase the consumption of stainless steel, what is there in the future to be done. But I thought maybe just for the benefit of all of us, maybe we can divide in the three different categories that what industry is supposed to do, what government role has to play, and also the association like ISDA or Virgo, what they are already doing and what more can be done. So without taking most time, I will just give bullet points, and when if anything is required for discussion, we'll be happy to do that. So what first point related to the industry, what we feel is that the spending on the innovation in R&D is not matching as per what we aspire to be. We are discussing that we want to become from 4 million ton to 20 million ton in coming time. But are we doing enough to develop new grades, new alloys, new application? As a manufacturer, I think that is a major responsibility for all of us to focus on that area. The second point, everybody is talking about sustainability. So there also, I think how as a manufacturers, we can ensure that we have lower carbon footprint and we can invest more on green technologies, green hydrogen, nuclear power, or a lot of other things, other different options are available. So industry has to take a look at that. Third thing is that how to improve the productivity and also the quality. I think there a very important goal is related to digital transformation. And there as an industry, there is a very big role to play. But how are we going to make sure that new technologies are adopted so that we are able to produce right quality of material in a consistent manner? Fourth point is about recycling initiatives. So already most of the companies are increasing the recycling market, and we all of us know how important it is. And that is the one area I think there we have to make sure availability of the scrap and collection of the scrap as we were discussing earlier to have a very good because moving to the second point related to government initiatives, I think what we require from industry is the policy support from government and especially usage of the stainless steel because it is a sustainable material that out on the public private projects the usage of sustainable material is promoted. So that usage of stainless steel is increasing. We are already seeing in some of the cases by for coastal areas that stainless steel was mainly to be used. But similarly, life cycle cost should become a part. It is not should not be maybe done, but I think in the Balkan country also this is considered life cycle cost mail. So that the stainless steel will have a bigger role to play. And we know that in terms of sustainability and longevity, there is no better material in the service. The government should also support manufacturers for incentive for green manufacturing because all of us know that people, if they have to invest, they would like to get return. And to encourage investment in green manufacturing, some kind of support on what could be very clear regulation. We are seeing that there are currently dumping of material based on different part of the world. You only have to ensure that there is a balanced approach and to ensure there is a level playing field for everyone. And even EC also grow, but at the same time, innovation and new development will be go develop a windbreak to solve the community for overall low copper stainless steel demand. Government can also consider doing some kind of a public awareness campaign so that people are more aware about usage of the stainless steel. As of now, for people still in the common background is basically related to utensils or BC in elevator or handrails. But stainless steel has a much bigger role to play.
So some kind of public awareness campaign really very important from the organizers. Coming to the last, limited to distributions and associations, I think one of the important thing is that education and training. And there's I know that you are also doing a lot of queries and you are doing a lot of hard work in that. As the industry also, we should partner and try to do more of such activities and make people more aware about the challenges that they are facing when they are using stainless steel. Standardization and certification already we discussed quite a lot. And the idea is to ensure the high quality of materials used by the consumer. And only thing is that sometimes standardization and certification can be used for avoiding competition or to not ensure level that the acquisition that they do it in a proper way. Collaboration and that pottery, I think what we are doing in today's event that we have industry players from all across the world, from manufacturers, from end users, and this is a very good way of promoting this series. With that, I will finish. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Just to add, I will say very correctly the ESAT and even CB everyone said. The fact is, but let me add one aspect that in India normally we talk stainless steel and coastal we add. But it is not only the coastal, the whole environment needs to be seen. The kind of water you have, the kind of pollution you have, the kind of, I mean, those are creating big challenges. In fact, the premature building failure within 5 or 7 years can happen in Gurgaon, in North India, not in Mumbai. So, okay, while the challenge is there for infra or for any other thing that FP metro failures there or you don't get the longevity of the infrastructure or building or whatever it is. But my point is that it is not only the coastal, the whole environment needs to be seen because India is a very typical country, very typical challenges, and accordingly the policies and the guidelines should be created because otherwise consumer suffers and the user and we have already seen it. I mean, so many incidences where premature failure is taking place, and the reason being that this environment has not been kept in consideration while designing things or while designing the policy or while providing the guideline. And in the absence of that, people are just using whatever they feel appropriate, but eventually leading to premature failure. So this aspect also needs to be, get into the government policies and policy.
So that's on the light. I would like to add something. Today at right TV, with the Directory Library, Gita sector government, urban infrastructure expansion that leads all these what Mr. Hillier wants to contain. Because you don't have any whatever they want to use, they do and because they are literally used for some further this life of the buildings pretty much that we were working on this and we will share it with you, later once we achieve that capital because what we all care rightly pointed out, but this is the area where this ART and ABC segment does comes into play and huge expansion plans are being. So there is only growth potential which we see. So that need to be addressed how we can approach government so that they can decentivize the builders. So how we can approach it, that we need to see. Thank you. On a lighter note, what Vijay said, it takes time to move from sane to stainless area, whether it is human beings, society, or country. So gradually we go towards stainless, from shameful place. And one more thing in an area which was missed out, which I recently witnessed that in the World Stainless Steel Conference, which held in May. where film was talking about new thing, which can have a drapery repair. That is on, that segment is for you. Microwave, we won't use metals. Inside microwave, containers that we use is not metals. Even if it is a metal plate, it should be molded with potato. So take care with the thing on a research, which was quite enlightening. I wanted to ask if was unfortunately traveling, so he said you will send it by next week. So he said they did a research and they said that microwave, the entire body inside is was metal. And one, why do not take metal? So on that particular basis, they did this research and they came up with a conclusion saying that sharp edges of the container can create sparks. But if the container is fully round and it blend, then it cannot have any spark and it can be used in microwaves. And they have done this particular testing at World Stainless Steel, and he made a presentation that was very interesting. I think the people over here, if they take a cue from that, there is a great market opportunity for that because it's already an established segment at household kitchen and maybe hotels and restaurants where they heat up the food. So it will be a great advantage for the utilities manufacturers to prepare and manufacture microwave CEC. And with that, I have been already alarmed by Anitalji saying that to make it faster. So I am just putting these questions on a. I request people to be very short and on the innovation Olympic segment. What mechanism can help manufacturers and users collaborate on the product design and performance standards?
Product design is an essential part of innovation. Is a part what complete innovation is a very big subject. But the design innovation is that the first step to we can everybody can do. As you said now the microwave. Many people told me, Balaria, your utensils are I'm using in microwave. I was surprised how they can use. But then I found what sometimes we use the matte finish product. So the spark, the shiny product is not there, then the sparkling is not happening. The matte finish product at work at the our product do not have sharp edge. So that's why it might be working. This is the new thing today I learned, the sharp edge. So these are small things and there are we made 10,000 SKU. For such special use that only makes us survivor. Because in a commodity market, by buying the Indian stainless steel and exporting to the China is not that easy. So we are exporting to China worldwide. My importers are Chinese. So making from Indian 100% Indian chip, we zero import. So yet we are able to do it by the niche product manufacturing. We are surviving, but still we are competing. Cannot compete in a commodity market. Why else to this platform? The way China will scale up. Maybe in the future, India can scale up to that height. And the fixed cost, they don't count the fixed cost, they work only on variable cost. Variable cost, we are also competitive than there. So if we can do that mass scale, we have to find a more market. They are working with 150 countries. So we are not there. So our market penetration for the world, when we look at the world market, and this is scale up of the raw material side is possible, and we can also no need of any import restrictions. They won't able to compete us. So currently what they are doing, they are reducing the chrome, 30 chrome, 12.5 chrome. So they don't need nickel, copper, manganese. So that's why they दूध में पानी डाल के कोई भी बेचेगा. So that's a cheap material we are thinking. So we can also make the good stainless steel and compete this. This is my humble request that the forum can take it from me.
Actually, currently China पानी में दूध डाल के बेच रहा है. That's the problem. So my next theme is resilience in supply chain. There have been few takers earlier also on supply chain and machine. So what strategic shifts are needed to be built for a stainless steel supply chain that's resilient and not just reactive?
I think I took it up before, and I, come back to that again. I'll keep it short.
That supply chain to me is, and if you look at supply chain means an end user, an MSME end user last mile delivery, especially delivering to him what he wants, he or she, what they want, in the shape, size, grade, quantity that they want. That has never been addressed. And I think not only it can improve your supply chain cost efficiency, we are working so hard on reducing the cost on the manufacturing side, but there is so much, as you call it, transmission loss or distribution loss by the time it reaches the end user. That if you can make the supply chain resilient, use technology. We are using a lot of AI agents who would be talking to thousands of customers, because it's impossible to have a sales team to, let's say, tomorrow have 10,000 customers, on board. So use technology, use artificial intelligence, get people directly in touch with or become a bridge with, let's say, a company like Jindal or all the large manufacturers, steel manufacturers on this forum, who can directly get feedback on what the customer wants. Today, actually, nobody knows what the end customer is facing an issue with in terms of product design, in terms of quality, in terms of innovation, because he's the one or she's the one who's using it. So somebody should talk to them directly rather than sitting in the labs ourselves and designing our product. So I think supply chain is something that is really to be worked upon. My next theme is sustainability and circular economy. On this, can stainless steel become a model industry for circular economy practices in India? Yes, indeed it can. Industries are shifting to clean steel and more scrap is being preferred. So stainless steel is ideal for this sustainability and green steel. So lower carbon footprint, and it's contributing to circular economy. Coming to my last theme, industry-wide action. Should we envision an India Stainless Steel Innovation Council to unify research, policy, and performance? I'm really surprised no takers for this. I thought at least this question was specially designed by me, thinking that people will come on board to have a innovation council, on the stainless steel to collaborate. I think I would urge all the members to join hands and leave competition at one side. Let's grow on that, because if we don't make our house in order, then we will be losing our competition to our neighboring countries. So on that effects, innovation. I said innovation council to unify research. So it is individual research. HSME will not be able to do research. So we can unify research.
Very simple. Autocompo or Jindal can take such kind of thing of small innovation, very small for them, and very big for MSME. So you see the lotus flower. No mud can stick on the lotus flower, and lotus flower is always clean. So the microstructure of the lotus flower to be studied and to be put as a design on the stainless steel. Just form the product from there. It will become non-stick. Non-stick. Without any coating, stainless will become non-stick. No Teflon required. So there is a trial and error. I don't say this is going to work, but if the design microstructure of the lotus can be taken, and that design is put on the stainless steel for rolling or something punching or pointing, then those product form will be non-stick without any coating. So these are the small innovations that can be possible.
So on this protection, ISRA would be happy to lead it from the front and in a catalytic way, so that people should not feel that it is a Jindal's case or it is a Rimjam's case or it is a Autocompo's case. We will do it for the stainless steel case. So on that pretext, we welcome our members to at least join hands on this particular initiative, where I think we can make a groundbreaking on this. And with this, we conclude the panel discussion. Let's reflect on one key insight. The future of stainless steel will be shaped not just by mills and markets, but by our ability to collaborate with courage, creativity, and shared purpose. Let's take this conversation forward into boardrooms, factories, policy roundtables, and design studios. Thank you, each one of you, for sparing your valuable time and your perspective and your presence and your commitment to shaping a stainless future. Stainless